Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and this is Tales Unlimited, the disturbing thought of the day. All right, there are easily 1,000 martial arts forms in the world, right? Different nations, different emphases, weapons, grappling, hard style, soft style, all over. There's substyles, variants, you name it, right? Okay, now what if some of these styles were mystical? Like they're impossible to do by just anybody, require special training to even know a mystical style exists, like the name of it, what it's about. That's rare enough. That's hard enough, right? But to find somebody to teach you to actually go the distance and master a mystical style is truly an honor. It's a rare thing. Um, so, what if there were multiple mystical forms scattered across the world? And what if there was this prodigy who was born and he learned them all? He learned every last form. It just came to him. And his edge was he was a psychic. Like he could just get in your presence and train with you for a few weeks, and then he would somehow just read your mind, embrace your techniques, the magic. He would copy the flow of it, and he could just learn in a few weeks what some people would spend decades, maybe even longer, trying to master. And then he creates his own styles. He's a true savant. He's like a once in a century, once in a couple of centuries grandmaster of the form. And he doesn't seem to age. Like he just, okay, he peaks out like somewhere in his late 50s and he just stops aging. So throughout the centuries, he's just training. He just trains the best and the best and the best. And he's a good guy. And some of his students go this way and they go that way. They're good, they're bad. He shrugs. He rarely leaves this temple secluded. And after a while, people start bringing him things like, okay, this is dangerous. We know you could protect it better than we could. So, oh yeah, sure. If someone builds a vault, they put it in his temple, and uh, no one gets past the Grand Master. He has a few people who are servants. They tend to his needs, and he frees them up to train. And he trains and trains and trains. So, fast forward about, say, 4 or 5 of his students. They decide to pay respects. They just want to show up. They're in the neighborhood, right? They're going to have like a reunion. They went through training. He trained them all in 5 different styles at the same time. They kind of saw what each other was, what they were learning. But he's like, okay, you're learning this, you're learning that, but I want to learn. You're learning this. Trust me, you're better suited for this. So they're like family, right? Like 3 guys, 2 gals, and they show up, pay respects, bring gifts, hang out, reminisce, and all the servants are dead. The Grand Master is gone. The vault is destroyed, like smashed open, and they come running in. It's like, what happened? Did someone attacked? Someone loot this place? And they look in there, and everything seems to be there, except for thing. One thing of unspeakable evil, the truest darkness. That one thing, like an anti-Ark of the Covenant sort of thing. Small, portable. I don't know. I'll figure out what it would do later, but bear with me. What do you do? There are 3 priorities here. 1, you have to protect the vault. 2, you have to find your grandmaster. And 3, you have to retrieve this item at all costs because it should never see the light of day again. It is evil. You've heard of he's giving you the grand tour of the vault. All of his students have been given a grand tour of the vault. So normally there'd be a way to summon them all, but that way has been destroyed. And you guys aren't exactly, all on social media, but this could be a multi-book series. I mean, I could actually see like different pupils of the Grandmaster reaching out to other pupils and on, like a grapevine still exists, and it trickles out, and it's like, find the Grandmaster. And these particular students, these 5, lead the charge, and they break off. Okay, maybe 1 stays to guard the vault, and word spreads, well, someone's hit the vault. We're going to get the vault. No, you're not. Okay, come on, little girl, move out the way. Curse fist! Okay, what is Curse Fist? You're about to find out. And I mean, she taps you, she throws a cup and it hits you, and you have a weird script on the point of impact. Not a bruise, a script, like someone wrote something on you. And it says, like, okay, unconsciousness. What does that mean? Boom. Death. Boom. Blindness. Boom. She's mistress of the Curse Fist. She's best suited to guard this vault for now. And as the story goes on, she is dropping bad guys right and left. And by the time some other former people show up, okay, bodies everywhere. She starts off being nice, but by the end, okay, there's this big demon thing that's dead. It's like, you got things coming in from other realms trying to get into this vault, and they help her out. And then over here, you have like an investigation. You have guys going through assassins and red herrings and false leads. And do they find their grandmaster? Is he sane? Is he alive? Is he dark? Is he tied to a tree? What's the deal? Did someone chain him to an altar, sacrifice him, and like rip away everything he knows? And then over here, you have the unspeakable evil. So you're thinking, okay, there's a grand conspiracy, different actors, different objectives. Like when they actually go into the vault to relieve the gal, they look in and they realize, was everything replaced? Was everything just like taken out, replaced by knockoffs? Like, wait a minute, all these are fakes, man. What the heck? You didn't know this the whole time? You didn't bother to check? There are so many different angles you can go with this disturbing thought. It would be like a big fat novel or a couple of novels, but how would it end? I don't want to write it. It's just too messy, but it's fun to think it over tea. Yes. All right, that's my disturbing thought of the day. I am Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Check out talesunlimited.net if you like how I think. Maybe you like how I write. There are books there. Have a look-see. All right, till next time. Take care. Stay warm.